Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about 11th Commerce, chapter number 11, types of banks. Okay, there are different types of banks performing different ways and different sets of sets of functions. They have a lot of different sets of functions and different sets of ways they produce loans, they are providing loans and they are providing deposits. Okay, so in RBI, in last video we discussed about RBL, Reserve Bank of India. He is the head of the institution of all the banks. He only monitor all the banks. He only control all the banks. He only maintain all the economic activities of all the banks. Okay, so we got different types of functions. Okay, so these are types of functions on the basis of functions of banks. Okay, on the basis of functions of bank and also on the basis of status given by the RBI and also ownership pattern, based on the ownership pattern. Okay, based on the ownership pattern means that is a IFCI, IDBI. Okay, IFCI, IDBI. Okay, so these are the some of the important banks in ownership pattern. IFC in Indian Financial Control of India, then Industrial Development Bank of India. Okay, Bank of India. So okay, have to develop the industrial developments. Okay, they only concentrate on the industrial developments. Okay, so here based on the functions of bank, central bank, commercial bank. Central bank means it is a central bank, the RBI is one of the RBI. Okay, RBI. Okay, so Reserve Bank of India. This only the central bank only control all the financial activities of all the banks and also and control all the economic activities of the other banks. Okay, so they have to maintain all the adequate. They have to maintain all the adequate funds of the banks. Okay, so this is the main functions of central bank. And he only introduce new rupees and new coins. Okay, in India during the demonetization, the Reserve Bank of India only today now current Reserve Bank of India Shaktikant Das is the governor of Reserve Bank of India. He is the governor of Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so and moreover commercial banks. So commercial banks, they provide loans, they provide education loan, they provide farmer loan, they provide car loan, they housing loan. Okay, later agricultural, industrial activities. When the person want to industrial, the company, the banks are provide industrial loan to the entrepreneurs and proprietors. Okay, so this is the important thing in the commercial bank. Important thing in the commercial bank. Okay, so and also they maintain the fund and save, keeping your funds, keeping your records. Okay, when you go for license, he only gives some proper supports. Okay, then who is the commercial bank? What are the commercial? State Bank of India, Canara Bank, Karur Vysya Bank. Okay, then Indian Overseas Bank, Indian Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, then Bank of India. Okay, so these are the banks of commercial bank. Okay, these are banks of commercial bank. Next one, development. When the Indian Financial Corporation of India, Indian Financial Financial so the small scale industrial development, small scale industrial development India, Indian Financial Corporation of India, Indian Financial small scale developments of India. These are the banks when the proprietor, when the entrepreneur wants to increase their funds, then they want to get loan from the bank, he only support commission, that is development banks only support. Development bank only develop the commercial activities, that is agricultural activities. Okay, the farmers also want some loan, they have to approach to the development banks. Okay, that is the development banks. Cooperative banks means the cooperative banks, that is cooperative banks of India are owned by the customers or farmers. Customers are farmers or members of the farmers. Okay, customers, members of the farmers. He only control and he only form the cooperative banks. He have a lot of members. Okay, 12 or 20 members. The members only concentrate towards development of the cooperative banks. Okay, cooperative banks. Okay, nowadays we have lot of cooperative banks. Okay, national cooperative development committees, they are established in 1963. And we have a lot of commercial bank in Tamilnadu also, in India also. Okay, so commercial bank means they have to farmers commercial banks, farmers cooperative banks, and workers cooperative banks. Okay, then customers cooperative banks also situated in our India and Tirunelveli. Okay, then Tamilnadu State Affects Committee, then Madurai District Cooperative Bank, Madurai District Central Bank, Tirunelveli Cooperative Central Bank. Okay, so these are the banks situated in India. Okay, these are the cooperative banks. What is the main aim of cooperative banks? He only support, he only maintain, he only all the farmers, all the customers, members of the farmers, members of the association. Here they have to control all the activities of the cooperative banks. Okay, next one, foreign banks. The foreign banks means the banks registered in foreign countries, but they have some of the branches in India. Okay, so what are the activities of when the multinational companies are they having some amount, they having some fund in these banks. Okay, because of they have to convert the amount. Okay, in foreign for example Banks of America, Banks of Touch, these are the banks are maintained multinational companies funds. Okay, so and moreover, they when the workers are when the foreign, that is when the then the farmers, when the workers are working in the foreign companies, so they have to transfer the salary, they have to credit the salary in the foreign banks. Okay, that is important thing in the foreign banks. Okay, so next one, regional rural bank, RRB. Regional rural bank means that is a what is the ratio of 50:15 okay, this is sponsored ratio. Okay, so NABARD bank is a regional rural bank. Okay, National Agriculture, that is a National Board of Agriculture rural development. Okay, NABARD the related to rural development, that is a RRB, related to RRB. They mobilize the deposit, they mobilize the funds, they mobilize the a lot of banking activities in the, they provide loans also to the farmer. They are adequate funds, adequate finance, they are providing finance to the farmer, the adequate funds also maintained. Okay, then that is a Vallalar Grama Bank. Okay, Vallalar Grama Bank and Pandin Grama Bank, these are the regional rural bank. Okay, Pandin Grama Bank, these are the rural bank in India. Okay, then specialized bank. What do you mean specialized banks? Specialized means they having some special funds. Okay, they having some special funds. Okay, so the special funds means they having some special activities and objectives. Okay, for example, Exim Bank only they have to export and import in other countries. Export the product and import the product. When the exporter having some funds, they having some bank account in Exim banks. Okay, so export import bank, National Housing Bank. These are the specified means special, they have to maintain special activities in the bank, special activities. Okay, special special grievances, special opinion, they have already in this National Banking Act, and also the objectives of RBI, the objectives of National Housing Bank is promote housing finance. They promote housing finance to the bankers, they promote housing finance to the customers, housing finance, they provide housing finance to the customers. Okay, next one, local area banks. Local area banks. Local area, this scheme was introduced by the RBI. This scheme was introduced by the central bank, that is the RBI. Okay, RBI. Okay, local area banks. Okay, so these area banks, the local area banks, they have to provide small sector bank. This is a small sector bank. This is small sector banks. They have to provide deposits and providing loans. Okay, and later that either it is situated in hostel areas, okay. Hostel area means hostel local area banks. Vijayawada hostel, for example, Vijayawada, in Vijayawada hostel area banks, okay. Hostel, they have to develop the hostel areas later acting the harbor, they situated in harbors, okay. So these banks only purely related to export import activities, okay. Export import activities, okay. That is a local area bank. Next, the local area banks having some following some act 1949, they followed banking regulation act. Under the banking regulation, the local area banks formed in India, okay. Krishna Bhima Smruti local bank, these are the banks in India. It's situated in Telangana. This bank situated in Telangana. That is a local. They have to develop local area banks and local area customers only. Small finance fund. Small finance means small finance fund. There is they want a private sector set up. They follow the rules and regulations from the RBI. Okay. So then, what are the activities of small business banks? Okay, they provide this is another private sector, not government sector. These are private sectors. Okay, they achieve the financial inclusion. That's the financial inclusion and mobilizing rural areas, mobilizing rural banks, mobilizing rural customers, and the providing credit to the small scale entrepreneurs, small scale owners. Okay. In September 2015, RBI granted these banks. RBI granted some these institutions under the National Finance Commission. Okay, they form under the 22, section 22. Okay, for what are the examples? Ujjivan banks. Ujjivan is a bank situated in Tamilnadu also. Okay. So these are the few examples of which is small finance. This is on a private sector, not government sector. So these banks are providing some mobilizing funds to the small scale entrepreneurs. They promote small scale activities. 2015, RBI only formed this. Okay, these small finance banks. Okay, last one, this one a payment bank. Okay, payment bank means do you know ATM, Paytm? Okay, that's Paytm related to payment banks. Okay, when you have any amount, so though the amount paid to the Paytm. Okay, so online transaction. Okay, payment banks are found when the spread of payment and financial activity. Financial, we have any fund, so you have to payment through this you have to use this payment banks. Okay, so they offer doorstep banking, and this on the third party fund transfer. The internet banking transaction. Okay, Airtel banking Paytm payment bank. These are the payment. Nowadays most of the consumers, most of the customers, they use these kinds of payment banks. Okay, use kinds of payment banks. Okay, so this is the next step of payment banks. Okay, next one, based on the status given by the RBI. This based on status in banks are satisfied with the rural banks. The norms and they follow the norms and conditions of the banks. Okay, this bank is eligible for opening maintaining their funds. Okay, maintaining their liquidity. Okay, so this is called a status 1, status grade 1, grade 2, grade non. These are non-scheduled bank. This is a non-scheduled bank under the RBI control. Okay, so this one is related to local area. This bank is related to local area banks. Okay, that is a regional area, local area banks. The bank is related to local area banks. Local area means hostel areas. Okay, they develop the hostel areas by some schedule. These are the scheduled banks. This is called as based on the status. There is a scheduled banks. Okay, schedule the status 1, status 3. Okay, scheduled banks. Okay, next one, based on the ownership pattern. Okay, so any bank which is not less than 51% of SAT owned by the government. 51% owned by the 51 percentage. 51 percentage of the owned by the that is owned by the government. This is owned by the government. This is called as based on the ownership pattern. For example, IFCI, Indian Financial Corporation of India, Industrial Development Corporation of India, State Industrial Development Bank of India, then Exim, Export Import Bank of India. Okay, these are the banks in the based on the ownership. They have 15% of the government owned by the funds. Okay, this is called as this is called a government bank. This is called a government bank based on the status, based on the ownership pattern. State Bank of India, there is some person yearly they form the banks. They have 15% of the funds. Okay, that is called based on the ownership pattern. Okay, IFCI, IDBI, and Industrial Development Bank of India, Industrial Financial Corporation of India. These banks are maintaining purely related to this based on the ownership pattern. Okay. Okay, what are the nationalized banks? You know, nationalized banks, public sector banks, nationalized bank, public sector banks, then private sector banks. Okay, nationalized banks, this purely related to that is Indian Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, Indian Bank. Okay, Indian Overseas Bank, Indian Bank, then Oriental Bank of India Commerce. Okay, so public sector bank, IDBI Bank Limited, State Bank of India. These are the public sector. Nationalized bank means that is Indian Overseas Banks. Okay, so private banks, that is Karur Vysya Bank, Lakshmi Vilas Bank. These are the private sectors banks, but having some fund, special share in government. Okay, so on the basis of organization, they have provided they may be provided funds and deposits to the persons. Okay, so they have mixed responsibility. They have maintained the funds also. They provide loans also. Okay, they have maintained deposits also. Okay, throughout India, having lot of branches, lot of money transactions. Okay, that is the purely examples of these banks. Okay, so on the basis of functions of India, central bank, commercial bank, development bank, cooperative bank, foreign bank, regional rural bank, they have special activity. Okay, local area banks. Okay, then small business Ujjivan bank, payment bank, based on the status given by the RBI or Reserve Bank of India, based on the ownership pattern. Okay, IFCI, the Industrial Development Bank of India, Industrial Financial Corporation of India. These are the based on the ownership pattern. Who are the nationalized bank? Indian Overseas Bank, Oriental Commerce Bank of India, then public sector IDBI, SPI. Okay, so what are the private sector banks? Lakshmi Vilas Bank, then Karur Vysya. These are the private sectors banks. Okay, so this is the chapter number 11, types of banks. Okay, types of banks. Okay, next I am going to introduce you about the functions of banks. What are the functions they have? Every commercial banks have a lot of functions. Okay, a lot of functions, that is maybe primary function, that is maybe secondary function, and the primary function related to what are the primary functions? They have maintaining deposits and providing loans and providing recurring deposits also, and they have maintaining bank overdraft. Okay, creation of credit also. Okay, they providing housing loan, they providing education loan, they providing car loan, they providing agriculture loan. Okay, so this is the major functions of commercial bank. When you go for a bank, they when you go and approach to the banks, they provide and they collect information about from you, and also that is called know your customer. Very important thing. That is important thing in the functions of company. Know your customer. Okay. Know, that is KYC. KYC very important thing in the lesson. KYC. What do you mean KYC? Know your customer. Okay. Know your customer. Okay, know your customer means know your name, know your address. Okay, no, that is a link. They linked Aadhaar card, that Aadhaar card and your database. Okay, they link the bank transaction. Okay, that is a know your very important thing, very important concept in this lesson. Know your customer. Okay, know your transaction, know your credit transaction, know your debit transaction. Okay, that is officially this is one of the officially valid record, officially valid document. This is one of the officially valid document, officially valid document. Okay, officially valid document. This is one of the important information in the chapter. Commercial types are that is the functions of commercial bank. The commercial bank have it divided in two way or two functions. One is primary, one is secondary. Primary means that is the main function, that is on the basis of they are providing advances, they are providing loans, and loans may be the housing loan, consumer loan, the agriculture loan. Okay, so then car loan, they providing car loan also. When you when you go you want to consider any loan, you can go and approach to the banks. They and also they need some records, that is collateral securities. Okay, so this is the important information in the primary functions. Okay, secondary function means that secondary function they accepting deposits, transfer of funds, dealing in foreign exchange your funds. Okay, and issue a demand and demand trap also secondary function. Okay, primary function bank overdraft, secondary function there is a issuing demand trap. This is one of the primary secondary functions of commercial bank. I hope you are all very well understand about this chapter 12 functions of commercial bank and also chapter 11 types of banks. Okay, thank you for listening my video. Thank you so much.